Ladies and gentlemen of the RNG Revolution, welcome to the 67th episode of the RngCast. I, as always, am Buster Knuckle. Joining me this week are...
This is your boy Raven. Hello.
And as you can see, we're back on Twitch, thanks to our new director of photography, or DOP, as Des has dropped in our pre-show, known as Alex. He's probably muted, but he'll be on every once in a while. Hopefully everything is good. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. But we're back, baby. How's your week been, Des?
Been alright. It's been alright. I've finally dropped back into my console play, so kind of back. That's good.
Okay, that's your console play. What what you been into? What you been playing, man?
I'm playing a lot of Paladins.
There's a surprise, right?
A lot. Like a lot.
Like a lot?
A lot.
As I have, yeah, I have too, actually. I've been playing Paladins. I've been playing No Man's Skies. The new update is fucking amazing. I found a world full of bubbles. That's what it was full of, just bubbles. Just bubbles. Yeah, I was like, oh, cool. I shot one, and then it attacked me. I was like, oh, it's alive. I'm out. Fuck this. Just like an acid trip, I'm going. Went to a wedding yesterday. More stories to follow. I had to live tweet it. It was so amazing. And what other game did I almost buy? Finished Senua again.
Oh.
Yeah, finished that again. That was one of the games I had, that's we talked about last week, but that's a game that you have to show people. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, you gotta see this game. It's incredible. Other than that, man, yeah, just been getting the house unpacked, and like I said earlier when we were talking and setting up the stream, you don't understand how much shit you have and all the shit you have until you unpack it. And I was digging through a box and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I pulled it out and it was a World War II grenade that my grandpa took. And I'm like, is this live? Like, what the fuck am I doing with a grenade in a box? It was just in a box. And I'm like, it can't be live, right? And I'm like, it has the pin. Nope, has the pin and the spoon. It's still live. And I'm like, I duct taped it so it doesn't pop or nothing. And I'm like, I'm just gonna put this away. But yeah, that was what I've been going through this week. But other than that, man, working. There's Bella, and I've been waiting for this, ready for this episode. So let's get into it.
You?
There was some spoilers dropped, some leaks. I'm gonna say leaks, right?
Yeah.
The wedding stories are coming. Don't worry. I didn't forget that. I just wanted to get the Destiny stuff out the way. We got a peek at the European Dead Zone, which was promptly taken down maybe an hour after it dropped. And I got a look through because of Twitter at the achievement list. Des, did you take a look at any of the stuff?
Nope.
Okay.
It's all news to me.
All right, cool. I didn't either. I didn't look at the video, even though, some call it being the man with the plan, the newsmaster, tweeted it out and dropped it in our Discord. I didn't take a look at it because I don't want to be fully spoiled. I want to have some surprises. But I did see the thumbnail, right? That's the term it's used for the picture that for the video, and it looked pretty good. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, it looked pretty good. And of course, the achievement list spoilers. The raid, I think it was like Conquer the Leviathan, and I'm like, Leviathan. Isn't that what they call the thing underneath? The worm god, right? Didn't they call him Leviathan? No? Oh, wait, what did they call him?
No, Leviathan was the servant of the traveler.
Really down. Okay.
Leviathan was the good guy.
Oh, okay. And then the Dark was the other one. It's been a while since we talked lore, so that was one of the things. The Leviathan was the one that tried to stop the Hive from becoming the Hive, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he tried to stop the deal with the worm gods.
That's what it was.
By pleading to Arash's better side, but it did not succeed. Considering everything.
Alex's mic just went hot for a second. But, okay. Now I'm just thinking, it's obviously not going to be us fighting the Leviathan. We're not going to fight the Travelers.
But could we be?
Could we? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Speculation.
I mean, here's the thing. I mean, no, it's not a worm god, but quite possibly, if Gaul proves himself worthy to Leviathan, could Leviathan help him try and gain the Traveler's light?
Mm.
I mean, there's that part of that theory.
Could be. Or could the Leviathan be the name of the Cabal ship that we have to fight when we're in, that's going to be the stage for the raid. But I'm going to be honest, if the raid takes place on a ship, I'm going to feel kind of cheated, because that's like, Kingsfall was in, you start in the Dreadnought.
What else does the Cabal have?
Ships. Well, it could be a land,
a land ship, basically?
Yeah, that's true as well.
I mean, you fight Valis Ta'ark in a land tank.
That's true.
I think that's actually the term they used for it. Was a land tank.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, part of the Dreadnought was a Cabal ship in a shipception.
Mm-hmm. Ship section.
But yeah, I mean, it's possible, but at the same time, I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
There is speculation right now. I mean, it's been rampant for a while that it's going to be a base structure, possibly on Earth, of the Cabals that we're going to go to.
Okay, yeah.
To try and kick their teeth in, which I have seen like bits of the latest trailers, and that seems like what we're going to do for the raid. It seems like or at least for like in-game story, it seems like we're going to be paying Gaul back for the kick or a shove to the face.
Yeah, he deserves it.
But very interestingly, though, the trailers make it sound very, very last ditch, like very, like questionable exactly which of the Vanguard mentors may or may not survive this raid. Because you got Zavala talking about like it's all or nothing, and like I believe someone mentions a line. I try not to watch it, but like someone mentioning, like some of us may not make it out alive. And it's like, this is a thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think the world would explode if Cade dies. If they take Cade out, Cade is probably the most beloved mentor, right? I mean, as much as I like to say, oh, I hope Zavala, I think it's Zavala. We all know it's Cade.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are throwing around ideas of why you can't find the speaker. And
the trailer kind of shows the speaker as Gaul's captive.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's.
So that was the first thing he did, capture the speaker?
I mean, because, like I said, in part of the trailer, Gaul's sitting there talking, and his consul actually speaks at one point in time and said, of course, a very awesome voice, is speaking that it's like the Guardians have fled, and those that have not fled are captured to be executed. And during that line, you see the speaker, like, drop. Like, he's shackled, like, in place, but, he, like, drops into frame, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very interesting, like, the imagery they portray there. Because they do mention executing Guardians, and then you see the speaker, so it's like, Here, I figured they may have taken the opportunity just to silently write off the speaker, but no, the speaker does show up, apparently, so that's the thing.
So there you go.
Is he actually going to tell us a story? Yeah. Doubt it.
Is he going to say anything other than cryptic messages? Probably not, but he might.
Gaul might murder him for a cryptic message.
Yeah.
I might actually look forward to that.
Do you have any last words? I do.
Then, I could tell you stories, but I won't.
Shoot him. Just shoot him right now. Do you have any messages? And do you have any last words? Yeah. And then he just uses his super. It's just the superest of all the supers. It's all the supers combined. It's a shadow shot, triple dead hammers, a shield, a smash, all of them combined.
I've been seeing, speaking of shadow shot, I've been seeing rumors of TTK supers coming back. Like, something that may or may not have researched that.
Yeah, I think it was a picture that it was just a screenshot, and it said at the very bottom, your power, your strength is growing. Return to the shard in the farm to strengthen your light. And then in the top corner, like when you pick something up, it shows up in the top corner, and it said melted hammer or inert hammer. It was something like it was a hammer.
Yeah.
And it was a Titan who was doing it, so yeah, that might be the third subclass, would be the TTK subclasses. Which, I don't know how you feel about that, which is...
I don't care.
You don't care either?
I mean, they're probably going to be reworked to a degree. I mean, everything's got at least touched to be a little more useful. But at the same time, I do feel the TTK subclasses were the most... coherent, and they worked the best. Like, they were most synergistic with their abilities and how they the original subclasses were very mix and matchy with how you would put them together. But TTK subclasses almost seemed to go almost like a Connect Four. Like, you can see what ability works well with another ability and crap like that. It's like the Sunspot build for the Hammer Titans. I mean, that's easy to see because, this leaves a Sunspot. Oh, this can leave a Sunspot. Oh, this does a thing if I leave a Sunspot. I mean, so everything's just connects well together.
Yes.
So I think those would actually be the supers that need the least amount of work, as far as abilities and such, and might actually stay mostly the same, but probably won't because it is Bungie.
Yeah. Now, do you see the community reacting adversely to this?
It's the community. There's going to be sections reacting adversely to either way. But let's be real here.
That is quite true. That is quite true. I mean, I see a large majority being how we feel about it. Oh, okay. I like the hammers. If they touch,
hammers cool.
If they touch them, make them a little bit less wonky sometimes. That's fine. I can deal with that. But I mean, everybody's balls deep in the Arc Strider and the Sentinel. So I don't know how everybody feels about the Dawn Blade. I was going to say Dong Blade, but that's just because I read Twitter.
Yeah, Dawn Blade isn't too bad, but yeah, I've heard that. Like I said, I see title videos, and it's okay, yeah, all right.
It's one of those great things, right?
Yeah. So I mean, it's I have heard very minimal about this leak. Duba had tweeted something out about it, and somebody had mentioned the Book of Job, and then bring up Leviathan, and it's yeah, there's a Leviathan in Destiny lore. He's a big worm. Sorry, dragon. But yeah, so
he's a worm of worms.
Actually, it's hilarious. There's a lot of times Destiny lore brings up dragons.
Brings up the dragons. Yeah, I mean, that was my thought when I saw the Leviathan. I was like, oh shit, a dragon raid? No, I mean, they're not going that deep that quick. They're not going to bring that out.
You see, here's the thing, though. While Leviathan could very well be the name of the name of a Cabal vessel, it doesn't fit the theme of the Cabal. The Cabal are normally very Roman or Latin themed and named things.
Mm-hmm.
It's like phalanxes themselves were Roman shield bearers. Centurions were field commanders. I even think Dominus.
Yeah, Dominus
may have been a Roman title for something.
It's the owner. It's thank you very much, Spartacus, for showing me this. That's what they called the owner of the gladiators training. The training gladiators. They're called Dominus and Domina.
So yeah, and considering, like I said, Valus to Arc, his vessel is Cerberus Vey.
Mm-hmm. And Cerberus is the guardian of the underworld.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like I said, it's very Roman and like Latin named. Mm-hmm. So, but Leviathan is actually a Hebrew, because speaking of the Book of Job, it is mentioned in Old Testament, the Book of Job, which also mentions Behemoth, which it's like the two creatures that are mentioned within it. Both of them, both Leviathan and Behemoth, are considered by some dragons. Or dinosaurs. I mean, you know.
Yeah, I was just say.
It's either or, really.
They were just.
It's kind of hard.
they were walking apocalypses, basically.
I mean, yeah, either way.
If I remember correctly.
It was bad. Well, yeah, pretty much.
One swam.
Especially Leviathan. Leviathan had a lot of, like, hilariously enough, Leviathan had a lot of descriptors that compared it to Satan. Like, a lot. So, but yeah, so.
Maybe.
So, like I said, I would like to think that maybe. Well, like, maybe Gaul, like, names. Like, if he definitely knows more about the travel and the light than we do, maybe he's made something, and maybe he called it Leviathan in honor of Leviathan. Maybe. Like, that's the biggest stretch I can think of.
Yeah. That might be one of the... I mean, would I be excited for a dragon raid this soon in the game life? Yes, because I love dragons. Would I want them to wait until it was deep, deep, deep into the story? Yes, I would. So basically, I'm down for anything.
How much deeper in the story do you want to go, though? I mean, this game is going to be 4 years old.
Sorry.
This setting is 4 years old. Yes.
Maybe like Destiny 3 is what I would look, but you know.
So another 4 years.
yeah, 4 more years. That's what I would.
Basically, near the end of the 10-year plan, quote unquote.
Yeah. That would make more, but. I mean, would it be cool to be have dragon-inspired armor and weapons? Fuck yes. Yes. Give it to me.
I mean, we already have them.
Well, yeah. All the Ahamkara stuff. Yeah, that's true as well.
They're mine.
But there's no weapons, right?
I mean, with the Dragon's Bane, bad juju.
Yeah.
But I mean... Specifically, no. So I don't think anyone's actually crazy enough to. I mean, good lord, even Tolan didn't actually use that. He was quite twisted.
Yeah, that as well. He was probably one of my favorite figures of the past, other than Saint 14. Gotta love Toland. So that pretty much is all the spoilers that we had. Unless right?
I mean, like we can go off about the trophies, but like I said, I don't know about them, and
yeah,
I don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
trophies.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, you know, Destiny 1's platinum, then like 100%ed from the expansions. Mm-hmm. They'll probably do the same with Destiny 2. So,
see, that's the question. Are you a trophy hunter? Like, do you search out and get all the trophies, or do you just play the game and if you get it, you get it?
It depends. If I enjoy the game, and like the trophies are challenging, I'll still try for them. if I enjoy the game. Because right now, as it sits, I have... Because I would say I'm not a trophy hunter, but if I was not a trophy hunter, I have 5 platinum trophies.
Okay.
So, yeah. But most of those I actually went out to get. I wish there was an easier way to see actually what you have platted. Yeah, Destiny, of course. That actually took some work to our glorious co-founder.
Mm-hmm.
Final Fantasy 13, 2, and Lightning Returns. I actually lost my 13 disc before I could platinum it. So there was that. Tekken 6 was actually my first platinum. So that's like, what, 4 out of my freaking platinums? Oh, yeah, and Lego Batman 2 and Lego Marvel Avengers. Because Lego games are fun as balls, man.
Yeah.
Especially once they added the voice acting to the Lego Batman series and, like I said, and the Lego Marvel one. Those games are actually really fun.
I think I played Lego Batman with my son when he was little. I think. I'm looking up what I have platinum. I probably only have Destiny. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a trophy. I'm not a trophy hunter. I have 1 platinum, Destiny, 24 gold. So I'm probably the next game I'm closest to platinuming is more than likely, I'm guessing Paladins. I'm guessing. That's a strong guess. A super strong guess. Let's see. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Destiny and Paladins. And then the one closest to that would be Skyrim. That's pretty much it. So, yeah, I'm not a trophy hunter. I know guys that are trophy hunters. I know guys that are like, oh, dude, I platinumed this game yesterday. I'm like, what? How did you do that? He's like, I had to play the entire game without dying once. And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, why? It's like, for the trophy, dude. I'm like, okay, all right, man, whatever.
One game I'm actually I still intend to go back and platinum is actually Strider, the latest remake they did for PS4, Xbox One. Because that game is fun as balls, but it can be difficult. And platinuming it is something of a challenge because it's about, if you take your time, it's about a 20-ish hour game.
Okay.
But one of the trophies is complete the game in under 4 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
So speed run.
Oh, yeah. And then sadly, I actually first played it on easy. But I ended up like getting everything. But it's like, complete the game on hard. Well, crap. Complete the game on normal. Ah, crap. So, yeah. I like everything else except for like the difficulty trophies. And completing it in under 4 hours. So, yeah.
Alex, jump in real quick. Do you trophy hunt on the Xbox One? Apparently he doesn't. Oh, there you
go. Not much. Destiny was actually my first game I completed every single achievement on. So, I mean, I tried my best with it. Everything else I kind of just did to do.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Alex, by the way, known as Alex on Twitter and on the Twitch. But you'll get his stuff you'll get his plug at the end. I just wanted to give him a free plug. So I just looked up now what I have. I only have 1, 2, 3. I had 3 more trophies to get in Paladins, and I didn't even realize. I have to kill an enemy player on a 15 streak or higher. I could have swore I did that already. Survive more than 50 battles with less than 10% health. I play a tank. I should have done that already, I'm assuming. and be the only player alive in a match. How the fuck do you do that?
Well, the game mode that they replaced Onslaught with was a elimination game mode.
Ah, okay, that makes
So
sense.
it may have been attached to that. Oh, hey, cool. One of my platinums is actually the Dragon Ball Z Budokai HD collection. Forgot I platinumed that.
Yeah, the collection. Which one is that? The one that has a story mode? Is that the story mode?
No, well, it's the HD re-release of Budokai 1 and 3, which are arguably the best of the Budokai series. Which I love Budokai 3, and I picked up it's a PS3 game, but I had to pick it up because, like I said, I loved Budokai 3, and I saw all the trophies, and I still remembered how to cheese out like a lot of because one of the difficult parts would have been like the World Tournament mode, which was only difficult because you can actually get knocked out of the ring if you're not careful. But there's a way, which I'm amazed I did not lose my touch at this, but the way me and my friends learned to cheese it out is because we had gotten so good at teleport striking because of facing each other so much that we would actually lure the computer to the edge and have them try and hit us and then just teleport them and ring them out, which works about 90% of the time. But, yeah, so that was a fairly easy platinum.
From looking up all the platinums, there's like several lists and videos of the 7 easiest platinums to get.
Oh, yeah.
And hold on, let me see what. Let me look it up. That way, I can click on it. I just want to get. So you want to take a guess on which one it is? What they are?
No idea because my gaming knowledge is not that vast.
Of course, it's a video. Okay. Here we go. The Order 1886 is one of them.
Uh-huh.
My Name is Mayo. Never even heard of that.
All right.
Work Slayer.
Okay.
The way they describe it is an ugly, linear, generic first-person shooter. Remember, we're here for the trophies. And from the picture, from the screen, from the thumbnail, it's pretty fucking ugly. The Little Acre, which,
yeah,
oh my god. Tales from the Borderlands and other Telltale games.
Oh yeah. Because all I got to do is play through them.
Yeah, that's what they said. Play through them and you'll get them. Megamind: The Ultimate Showdown on PS3.
Uh-huh.
Terminator Salvation. Might be easy, but Jesus Christ, it's probably a suicide watch. So pretty much none of the game. The only game I actually looked like would be fun is the Order 1886, and then it literally says in there, "This is not a fun game." And
yeah,
like the breakdown.
It's had criticisms about being like short and no bueno, pretty much.
Yeah. So that's that was a trophy idea that I had because like I said, a lot of guys are into trophy hunting, but I'm not. I just wanted to know if you guys were.
Yeah, there's completionists everywhere.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. In games like Skyrim and Fallout, I'm a super completionist. Like I have to have every set of every armor, and it made it really, really hard in Fallout 4 when you can mod shit. So I had to have every weapon with every mod and all that. So I was like, you know what? No, this isn't what's going to happen. Skyrim is a different story because you can make it all yourself. So I have a house full of just random stuff. And when I played Fallout 3, I had a house just full of armor. The refrigerator was full of every set of armor, every named weapon. I was fucking crazy about it. So, I mean, I'm a completionist when it comes to some things. I just don't really care about trophies.
Yeah.
I mean, It's not like it's going to give me extra money, right? Now, Des, I had a wedding yesterday that we went to. One of my girlfriend's friends got married. Obviously, people get married. That's why you go to weddings, right?
Yeah.
And I might have had one of the most interesting experiences. I live tweeted this wedding because it was so fucking interesting. One, the music before the wedding was fantastic. Because it was instrumental versions of songs. Obviously, you play when you sit down. It was an outside wedding because it was nice, you know. River. It was at the waterfront in a gazebo. It was really nice. So I'm sitting here, and you know, my girlfriend was in the wedding party, so I was by myself, which was really, really difficult because I'm used to talking to her. So like I was like, who am I gonna talk to here? So I'm just sitting, you know, talking to random people, making friends, being Buster Knuckle, and I hear something, and I'm like, what is that song? And there was no words. It was just like smooth jazz instrumental. And I'm like, is this fucking Freebird? And I'm like, it's fucking Freebird. And it was like slowed down, just all notes, no music. But it was at the part where I caught it was the solo. You know, everybody knows the solo in Freebird. You know, that one. And I'm like, oh shit. And then Al Green, and I'm like, this is the most interesting mix of music ever. So I started like freaking out a little bit. And I don't know, have you been to a wedding like that where you hear the music and you're like, is this music appropriate for a wedding?
About the only wedding I remember going to. No, there was two. They really didn't hang out too much because, well, all right. One of them was basically a hippie. You cannot get her to wear shoes, basically.
Oh, one of them hippies.
And she was interesting. I mean, she was a hippie, but like I said, it was actually interesting because she frequented a restaurant me and my mom worked at. And like I said, she did not wear shoes, like, if she could help it. In fact, she almost got married, not in shoes. But I went to that wedding, but I really didn't care. I mean, I hate to sound mean, but I had no real connection to this person other than through my mom. So it's like, yeah, okay, I'll be here. All right. And I was kind of escorting like a friend of my mom's or something, or one of my coworkers.
Yeah.
So yeah. Then there was mine.
Obviously.
But other than that, I'm just like, yeah, I haven't been to many weddings.
Yeah, I went to. Let me see. Obviously, I had mine when I first got married. My first marriage, which, by the way, don't get married young, or do if you think you can handle it. But I was also in the military, getting deployed, so marriages never really work out. Very few marriages work out when you're deployed for the first 9 months of it. Then I went to my sister's, which was on the beach. So obviously we didn't wear shoes. We were on the beach.
Yeah.
She didn't wear shoes either. On the beach. Who else is? My best friend's, which was really fun because it's your best friend. When it's your best friend's wedding, it's always fun.
Yeah.
This one, which more stories to come. It was fantastic. It was great. I think, and I mean, my little brother's next year will be another one. I realized though, the other day, I go to way more funerals than I do weddings, and I'm like, that's fucking sad. But let's see what else happened. That's interesting. They had a candy bar and an open bar, so there was booze and candy, which makes an interesting pair. Because everybody's like, oh, are you drinking? No, I had to drive. What are you doing? I'm eating those Snickers, though. They had, basically an assortment of candy laid out with bags saying, take all you want, for the sweet occasion. They had a little poem and whatnot. The food, was just standard wedding food. It was buffet style, which I'm not a fan of personally for weddings. I'm like the plate service. I think that's a better look, but teach their own.
Yeah, it's also heavier on the wallet, though.
Yeah, it's
like massive on the wallet.
Yeah, that's what we realized, that they got married pretty quick, so they were trying to save the money as much as possible, which I understand because save that money. The cake, I'm not a fan of fondant on cake, but it was a wedding cake, so I understand. It was their wedding cake. I can't say your wedding cake was terrible. I just don't like fondant. I just kind of like peeled it off in one skin. It looked really weird. It looked like the cake was shedding, but the cake was okay. There was a couple. There's dancing and stuff. Obviously, it's a wedding. But this couple was literally, it might have been the highlight of my evening, if not for the next thing I'm going to bring up. But this couple partied, okay? Like, they were dancing, and then they would separate and dance with other people, and then come back together in the middle of the song. I'm like, did they practice this? Like, they would have, like, synchronized movements and stuff. I'm like, oh, shit, this is great. I would look around. Okay, this is ridiculous. I've never been to a wedding where the priest stayed long after doing the ceremony, the officiant, priest, whatever. But this was a priest, like a legit priest. And, there were some songs, they were dancing and everything. And then, Mystical, yes, I said Mystical, came on. The song Shake Your Ass, or Shake It Fast if it was edited, but this wasn't edited. And it was, the DJ cut it perfectly into another, from one song to Mystical. And the priest was dancing with his wife to Mystical Shake Your Ass. And the entire time, I'm looking around, and people are just, like, wide-eyed. I'm like, is this allowed? Is this okay? I mean, I'm not very familiar with the good book, but I'm pretty sure Mystical is not in the good book, right?
Yeah, but at the same time,
it was a wedding.
A man of the cloth is allowed to have feelings for his wife.
Yeah, it was just one of those experiences. Like, oh shit, he's dancing to Mystical. This is fucking amazing. Like,
I just find it hilarious when people like bring those kinds of things into like that kind of categorization. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh my god, he's a priest. I mean, is this cool? It's like, I mean, could be worse. He could be a priest at a bar getting drunk.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm not really, I just thought it was like I shook his hand. That was the dopest thing I've ever, that was one of the dopest wedding experiences I've ever had. Like, dude, you go ahead. And then he was cutting a rug, like he was slow dancing with her. I'm like, yeah, this priest has some boogie on him. I'm loving this. So that was, the experience, and it was super late when we got done, and everyone was super tanked, and I was not, because I had to drive. But it was one of those experiences. I mean, it was a wedding. It was fun. I'm happy for her. I knew the bride better than I knew the groom, but the groom was really cool. The bride was really nice. Like, everybody looked great. It was a fun time. I'm super tired. I was super tired though. Because I had to get up early because, in the middle of the move, we realized our food reserves were getting kind of low. So I had to get up 9 o'clock, and I had to go out at 9 o'clock in the morning to go get my haircut for the wedding and grocery shopping. So I had maybe an hour and a half of sleep that day. We got home, and I just started shutting down. I was like a robot, which I'm pretty sure you can attest to. You're a vampire too. So...
yeah, but I come alive.
Yeah, now once I sit down, if I'm moving, I'm fine. But if I'm like super tired and I sit down, curtains, lights out, done.
Oh, that's the thing. I mean, I've always considered myself a night owl because it's just active at night. But the distinction of me being vampiric came from my roommates in Illinois because bedtime for me was dawn.
Yeah.
If I saw the sun come, I was like, oh, 7 p.m. I had to bed. Let's see you guys later.
Yeah, I had to, I'm pretty much vampiric now, too, because I get home now when the sun comes up, and I'm like, blackout curtains are my friend.
Oh yeah, they're amazing.
Oh god, they're so good. But the problem with my blackout curtain, one of them fully covers, but I guess one of the windows we have is kind of long, is a bit longer than standard. So there's like a sliver that just laser beams across the the room, and it hits me straight in my face, like right where my eyes are, and I'm like, so I'm trying to figure out like what to do, and I'm just stuffing blankets. I have a blanket stuffed under there, just trying to block the light, because the second light hits me, I'm up. And that's one of the things. Like, I don't know if you're. This is another question. Are you the same way as this? I found a lot of night owls or vampires, as we call them, are the same way. Once I'm up, I'm up. You know what I mean? Like once my feet touch the ground, I'm awake.
No.
No?
No. Dude, I used to be able to take a nap when I was bored.
Really?
I'm not talking about kindergarten. Yeah. There was actually a point in time, a hurricane had hit. There's actually been two of them that have happened. But this one I remember well because it was post 18, and it had knocked out our power for like a few days. So, and this was before cell phones became a thing, and all I had was like my PS2. Mm-hmm. But when your power's knocked out, you've got nothing.
Yeah.
So there was many a time that I had slept 13, 14-hour days just because I had nothing to do. It's like the place I was working, there was no work because freaking trees and crap were knocked over and things were, I mean, like I said, it was like citywide, like freaking power outage. So, I mean, yeah, things were a little no bueno. But, yeah, like I said, it's just extremely bored and I slept a lot. But, no, that and I sleep deep, man. I sleep deep. When I was a kid, I could have slept through a tornado if my mom didn't wake me up.
I mean, I think I might have phrased that wrong. I can take a nap if I need to, but I'm talking like, say I go to sleep at 6 and my alarm goes off at 10, like I have something to do. Once my feet touch the ground, I'm going. And then I can come home and go back to sleep. But like if I need to do something, I can go, is what I was trying to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That way, I'm probably. If you can get me up, then yeah. My issue is, my feet actually hitting the floor.
Yeah. Okay. So you're like, no, this isn't happening.
I mean, for me, the hardest thing is just me waking up. But as soon as I can get up, and like I said, as soon as my feet can touch the floor, then yes, I'm capable of acting at least mostly human. Probably for the first 10 minutes, I'm a glorified zombie. But after that, it's like I'm functionable.
Yeah.
But yeah. Like for some, I've always had this thing that I do not wake up easy. I have my body has learned to cut alarms off in my sleep.
Dude, I've been doing that too.
Yeah,
actually, it's really weird because I'm like, I set my alarm still set. I don't remember waking up and hitting it.
Yeah.
I don't remember. And I mean, I have some alarm, like one of the alarm clocks that my girlfriend was going to buy me was you set it up across the room, and when it goes off, a target pops up, and you have a light gun that you have to hit the target, like sit up, aim, and shoot it. And I'm like, that seems kind of cool. I could do that. And then one of the worst ones I've ever seen was it was like a puzzle. Think like the shape puzzle.
Yeah. Oh god.
And when it goes off, it pops. So you have to find the pieces and then put the puzzle together to stop the alarm. I'm like, listen, I don't think you would appreciate that because I'm not doing that. I'm just going to unplug it from the wall. I'm just going to pull it.
Smash it. That's the whole light gun thing, that might be interesting, but puzzle. Come on, man. I get a little easily aggravated after just waking up, and that would be smashed against the wall.
Yeah.
Swiftly.
On my phone, I have an app that's like an alarm app, basically, because I can sleep through my phone's base alarm, and it has one that you have to shake it. You shake it back and forth 30 times.
Or something like that.
Math problems,
No.
Yeah. I made that mistake. I just pulled the fucking back off the phone and took the battery out in my barbarian, need us all method. Then one has another option to take a picture. And what you do is you take a picture of what you want to take a picture of. So theoretically, you should probably do it on a stationary object. Yeah. My dumbass took a picture of my dog, thinking, "Oh, that will just be the dog." It had to be. She had to be in the exact same position. And it wouldn't shut off. Once again, I just ripped the battery off because she wasn't laying the same way, and it was like wrong picture. I'm like, "No, this is the dog. Trust me. This is what she does." So now I have it set to what was it? There's another one. I think thumbprint was one.
Oh, yeah.
And that actually requires you to get up and put your thumb on it, so that's what I did. I have it set to that. And like I said, I set it across the room, so I have to get up out of bed. Setting your alarm next to you where you sleep is just asking you to shut it off. But it really freaks you out when, like, I shut off the alarm, so I knew I had to get up, walk, shut it off, walk, lay back down, pass out again.
Yeah.
But, I mean, sometimes my girlfriend will tell me, Jess will tell me all the time, she'll be like, dude, you got up and turned your alarm off and went back to bed. One of her favorite stories to tell people is the time I, as she put it, demonically ate a Snicker bar in my sleep. Yeah. I got up, she said, I got up, walked, slid to the end of the bed, sat on the end of the bed on my feet, like Gollum.
Yeah.
Grabbed the Snicker bar from, like, I don't know where I found the Snicker bar. I don't remember setting it where she said it was. And she said, you ate it and it woke me up because it was like, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Because, like when you wake up and you're like, you usually have that, I was asleep, taste in your mouth, or as I like to call it, corpse mouth. I woke up and I was like, why do I taste chocolate? But now, and then she told me, she was like, yeah, you ate a Snicker bar like a demon in your sleep. And I'm like, sweet, awesome. Thanks for telling me that. But, I mean, she does, being the night working a third shift or an overnight shift, it really messes your body up. Like, a lot of people don't realize how messed up you get when your sleep schedule changes. Going from days to overnight shift, it's death. Because I had an early morning shift before I had the job I'm on now, and when I got hired, it was like, oh yeah, totally. We start at 6:30 at night, and I'm like, okay. I start work at 4 a.m. I'm used to being asleep at 9. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but you make do, you adapt. But goddamn, that was a tough 3 weeks. I think it was like 3 weeks. It was tough for me. And then, your body adapts. You move forward. So. Alex. Unmute yourself. Apparently Alex isn't listening.
Hello?
I wanted to see if you had a topic or a question to get in. There we go.
Listening.
Hey man, do you have a topic or a question?
What's up, man?
Do you have a topic or a question you want to jump in?
Oh man. No.
Well, we're giving you.
You guys are all into Paladins right now, right? That's the game you guys are playing mostly. You guys pretty much ditched the Destiny train.
No, we didn't. We didn't ditch it. We didn't ditch it. Hold on a second.
No. To be fair, as I've explained, most of y'all, I mean, if you want to wake up at 1 in the morning to play some Destiny with me, I'll play with you. Oh, wait, your Xbox.
Yeah.
Well, that wouldn't even work anyway. See?
Yeah. I say we didn't ditch Destiny. It just makes more. I mean, I could play Destiny if I really wanted to, but my thinking is, what if I get the most excellent drop of a weapon and then 2 days later, Gaul comes and fucks up my shit? You know what I mean? Like, I have I legitimately have 6,000 strange coins to spend. I could do that and just run around with heavy ammo synths for days and just bullshit and blow things out. But, I realized within the 3 years of Destiny, I didn't play a lot of good games that I missed out. So, I didn't play Uncharted. You know what I mean? I didn't play shit. I have several games that I still need to play. And I just figured, man, this is the time to do it, Get out of those Destiny habits, start playing something new. I listened to Dez, and he said Paladins is awesome. And I said, man, I didn't like Battleborn. This isn't like Battleborn. Play Paladins. So I played Paladins. So, what do you play, man? What have you been playing?
Destiny mostly. That's pretty much it. Other than that, mental breaks or Minecraft. I Minecraft the shit out of things.
That's respect. Okay, all right. Legitimately, I didn't see much of. Okay, I kind of looked down on people that played Minecraft, but then a friend of mine actually talked me into getting it for PS4. Yeah, I spent hours hollowing out a mountain to make my home. So, no, I don't really look down on it anymore.
It's a big old time sink. I can spend hours on hours. I'll come home early from work one day. It'd be 1 o'clock. By the time I, get done building something, I'm like, oh shit, it's 8 at night.
Oh, so you work day shift?
Yeah, early mornings.
Okay. Yeah, so you have no idea what we go through.
I wake up by the time you guys go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say, yeah, you probably wake up. What time do you wake up?
3 in the morning.
I'm still at work.
3 in the morning, take about an hour to get ready, get to work, start working till they kick me out, pretty much.
Okay, yeah. I'm still at work at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You stay in on this one, Alex. Have you heard of the game Fortnite?
Yeah, it's a zombie, breakdown type of thing, right? It's like Minecraft zombies.
Pretty
building
much.
houses, building a fortress type of thing. I've heard of it. I haven't really even seen much of gameplay, though.
Yeah, because when you brought up Minecraft and all that, I remember somebody said it's like Minecraft plus Black Ops 2 zombies combined. And there was another game that looked interesting to me. Ark, I think is what it's called.
That's the one with dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the same time, Ark has had issues, I think, with things just in general.
Isn't it still
It's
pre-release, though?
Is it not out? I thought it was out. I thought I had a PS4 release.
I think that's the running joke on that game, though, is that the fact that it's still pre-release and they have the DLC for it already and everything. It's been a big controversy because of that.
Well,
That could be the crap I haven't heard about it, but yeah, that's kind of like DayZ, though.
Yeah.
DayZ was a pre-release game for 5 years, but when I caught wind of it, it was like, okay.
Yeah, you can't really say. I can't really say anything about pre-release. Paladins is still in beta, so I can't. You know what I mean? Whatever works for you. And a lot of people, and even for being in beta, the game has so much stuff.
Well, that's also their design philosophy. They actually have a legit explanation of why they've planned out a long beta period from the start, because they have you can actually find high res's beta expectations, and their entire thing is they are designing a game. Well, they went into company history, which high-res Paladins is their 4th game the studio's ever made, and the studio was started by people that had absolutely no game design experience. And they got together and was like, I want to make a company that makes games. Yeah, all right. But they had a hit with Smite, which was their second, and they went on. But yeah, their expectation is to make a game with community input. That's why it has such long beta phase, is they're gaining people's feedback, every step of the way.
Yeah. And I like that.
Which is, it's an undertaking, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
To try and actually, balance things out and please people. Yeah.
But, Alex, have you tried Paladins yet?
No, thinking about getting it though. I mean, it's free. Why not just give it a quick go? But I mean, nothing has taken me away from Destiny. I've tried Overwatch. I've tried, even the Walking Dead series, the Telltale games.
Yeah.
Tried that too. Played that for a little bit, but after about a week of playing it, so Destiny just keeps pulling me back in. Grabs me by the balls and says, "Nope, you're staying here."
Yeah.
I literally have every single thing on that stupid game, and I'm still playing it. I don't know why.
Hey man, you're preaching to the choir. I was the I was the biggest Destiny mark, but I just usually when a sequel gets announced and it's so close, I'm like I could just play something else. And it's good just to get a little palate cleanser. Because if I went straight from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2, like no breaks, no other games in between, Destiny 2 would burn me out. I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm really afraid of is the fact that I'm going to get burned out that way too. Yeah. But I mean, 3 years going straight of Destiny.
Yeah,
I'm finding it hard to believe, but it's right there. It's in the back of my head. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the burnout.
Yeah, that's respectable because I mean, legitimately, the only thing that took me away from Destiny, well, there was two things. A, lack of friends took me away for about a month. What? Yeah, the only thing that's really kind of drawing me away from Destiny is just a sequel on the horizon, and the fact that this sequel is doing everything that I wanted in Destiny, like so far. Like legitimately, like changes, like balancing to the striker. Let's say, shoulder charge does one hit kill. Oh my god, that's amazing. Oh, it's fist is a roaming super now. Well, that sounded scary until I saw its range. And it's like, oh, that's pathetic compared to now. Lightning nades, like I said, just these like itty bitty changes that they kept, that the beta showed us, and just like I said, just from the design perspective of everything that they've said, it's like I could play Destiny by myself, and I know I know D2 won't burn me out because it's different enough, but I don't want like my last bit of Destiny to be bitter because I forced myself to play it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's primarily why I don't play by myself right now.
Yeah, I mean, I understand it. I mean, now I'm just enjoying the last things. Like, the last Trials, played a good, solid, 40, 50 games of that. Last Iron Banner, I did 40, 50 games of that. And last Trials, I pushed out over 120, 130 almost.
Nice.
I'm just finding that little carrot on the stick to keep chasing.
Yeah.
To the point where, once there's no more carrots, then I'm all out. So far, I mean, I'm stacking up those exotic Ingrams. Or when they release those PlayStation exclusives, I'll, be day one, get my Jade Rabbit, get my Zen Meteor, play the new maps, play the new strikes, that kind of stuff, just be ready to go for that. I keep hearing all these people deleting their stuff, like, oh, I deleted this and delete my whole vault because, fuck Gall, they don't need, he's not blowing up my shit, I'm gonna blow up my own shit, type of thing. But yeah, it's just pretty much keep finding that carrot on Destiny that I, for some reason, keep wanting to chase.
Yeah. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
No, not at all. I was just curious on, because I know I've watched, you stream usually when I'm at work, so I'll hop in and lurk while I'm on break on, oh, cool, all right, Alex is playing Destiny. He's still playing Destiny. Wow, he's still playing Destiny? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I go through that, and it's respectable. If you love a game,
for sure.
If you love a game, play the shit out of it.
Indeed.
So, that's what it is. That's, like I said, I was a big Destiny mark, so I know exactly how you feel.
It has a 85% chance of being a Destiny 2 mark.
Oh, man.
To 85.
Okay. I was going to say 75, but yeah, I'll give you 85.
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. That's respectable. It might sink its hook right back into me. I don't know.
It could. I mean, but at the same time, you can actually go, stay on this path of more than one game.
Mm-hmm.
Which would also be cool. I mean, yeah, either way.
which is healthy. Which is healthy.
Yeah, but I mean, Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, we've dropped it, but like I said, one thing we've tried to portray is like, when D2 comes out, we're hitting it hard. It's like, there's no plans like to take it easy. There's no plans like to skip out. It's like, when D2 releases, I'm hitting it as hard as I can. I'm beating it like a red-headed stepchild. I mean, I'm going to try and dissect as much as I can, and I'm going to try and chew through as much content as I can. Because I always say, you know what, I'm just going to take it easy. I'm just going to do what I can. Whenever I finish it, I finish it. Then I ended up completing it within like 2 days. Or, the campaign or whatnot in like 2 days or something. But yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I'm going to hit it hard when D2 comes out, for sure. Like, that's not going to stop.
No. I'll probably have to hop on. I mean, my vacation this year is in October, so I'll have a month of scattered play and then a week of just jumping in and playing whatever I want. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie and say I'm not looking forward to it, but I mean, like I said, I'll definitely keep playing Paladins. I'll probably be playing the Telltale Borderlands game because I now am a handsome Jack Mark. Because if I've seen what kind of a villain he is, I use villain. I'm gonna say villain. Air quotes.
Pick up the Handsome Jack collection.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to do that.
Do it.
And then you guys can just pull me through because apparently I've heard that it doesn't. There's no like level stopping. So I could be level 1 and you guys could be level 68, jumping in and just
murdering everything.
Yeah, and I'm just getting experience and stuff. Like, that's just me. Yeah, the Borderlands seems like it might be a fun. The other one I was thinking of is Diablo 3.
Yeah, that's kind of an investment in time. Like, they've done some like updates and such to it, and they actually have like seasons that you can actually like get crap now.
Okay.
So it's like a Diablo 3. What Blizzard has made it is almost a miniature MMO. Like, pretty much, even I say a miniature MMO, but it's probably something that's with collectibles and crap. It's probably twice the size of Destiny, roughly.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be a time sink, Diablo 3. Like, for sure.
I don't know if I have that much time to sink into it.
Yeah.
So,
like, I say that as a one. I mean, Diablo is normally a very interesting story. I mean, sadly, it's pretty much the same story, game through game. But like I said, it is at least interesting things that happen from game to game. But yeah, they're a bit of time sinks. Like, even the first Diablo was fairly grindy.
Yeah, those games usually are, though. So those types of games usually are. So, I mean, I'm always looking on PSN for a free title. Like a free to play. Somebody told me Warframes would be one of the games that blow my mind because they said you love the grind and Warframes is super grindy.
Yeah, it would be. I would have so many, because I actually started playing that again, and I actually got conversed into it. That game would be so much more fun. I mean, the looks, they like updated like all their Earth textures, so all their Earth textures on like Earth missions look good. They have pretty much every planet in the solar system you can go to. So there's like missions that sprawl the solar system.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, think Destiny with ninjas. There you go. Okay, you're Japanese. You're a weeaboo. So you think Destiny, but with the Gaivers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what Tenno, the character you play as in Warframe, that's what they remind me of. Like, their design and look. They remind me of Gaivers. And they kind of have like that ability and like look to them, basically.
So there's no guns?
Oh, there's guns, and crap galore. There's assault rifles, shotguns. You can throw shuriken. You can use a sword. I mean, the way they go, it's a primary weapon, which is like your assault rifle, your shotgun, a bow. Your secondary weapon is a pistol, akimbo pistols, or crossbows, shuriken, kunai, things like that. And then you have a melee weapon, which is a sword, a hammer, nunchucks, dual-wielded swords, kama, freaking kasurigama. They have a lot of crap. They have a lot of crap. The only bad thing is, like, yes, it is a heavy grind and it's a heavy weight system. It is like the definition of a free-to-play because, like, to make something cool, you're going to need to wait at low levels for 12 hours to make it. Or you can drop money on the game and just get it. It's like if you're missing materials to do a thing, you can just drop money and get them. You don't have to grind. That's my only issue with Warframe. Like, the grinding system wouldn't even be that bad if you couldn't completely circumnavigate it by throwing money at it.
Oh, so it's one of those.
Yeah.
Is okay.
So yeah, it's got a lot of crap. It's got a lot of different weapons. Like, a lot of things feel differently. Looks cool. It's awesome. It's got a pretty cool story to it. Kind of a minimal story. It actually has a better story than Destiny Vanilla, but, you know, that's...
Neither here nor there.
Neither here nor there. But that's my issue with it. That's my primary issue, and that is, like... I keep saying, because there's actually a quest in Warframed where you can get, like, this basically futuristic, like, mutated wolf as a pet. But by the time you complete the quest, you don't run into the materials needed to build a battery to incubate the egg to hatch your wolf. Or you can just drop money on it and get it instantly. So it's like... That's... Yeah.
Okay.
It's crap like that gets me about that game. But...
So it's very money heavy then.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Like I said, everything can be circumnavigated with cash. Everything. And most Prime suits, because they have regular suits and then they have Prime versions of those suits, and all of the Prime versions are basically better, but the best way to get a Prime suit is paying. Or lots and lots of grinding. So it's in that range. Like I said, if they just didn't have, like, so many pay shortcuts, I would have been fine with it.
Yeah. I don't know if I would play it now. Yeah. So it's like sort of like DC Universe Online? In that way, like the pay to get better shit?
No. Those systems are slightly different because Elder Scrolls Online uses that kind of model to where it's free to play and, well, you either free to play or you subscribe. If you subscribe and fork over the money, you get access to all the content. Or you can just download the base game. Or actually, I think ESO, you do have to pay for the base game. But either way, like, download the base game, and you have access to, like, whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, yes, DLCs will come out, and it will, like, you know, kind of bottleneck you into certain things and away from certain things. But if you pay for that, DLC, you have access to it.
Okay.
And you have access to it for as long as you pay for it. Or you can subscribe and just have access to everything. So those are slightly different, like, models that a few MMOs are using. But yeah.
Okay. Be something just to play every once in a while, just to break up. You know. Plus, Geivers are awesome.
Yeah, like I said, like the visuals and everything are really freaking awesome. There's no denying that. But.
Okay. Well, that might be something I download just to give it a shot.
Yeah.
A legit shot, Biz. I'm not talking about a buster shot. Wanted to give you a call out right now and say that. All right. That leads me to an interesting point. What's some other games that you would suggest? Not just to me, but just in general.
Games in general, like must-play games.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I can just offer like generic, like anything Telltale. I would actually suggest to people because Telltale do amazing story-driven games. Like if you have the patience to sit there, for like an hour and a half or 2 hours maybe, And yeah, definitely give those a try. Or watch them on YouTube, like I do.
They're like directing a show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, depending on the game, like really interesting things coming out. Like include the Final Fantasy Dissidia NX, I believe, which has recently going through its beta phase. It's like a 3 versus 3 like arena fighter featuring characters from Final Fantasy history. So if you're a Final Fantasy nerd and you like fighting games, it's going to be a fun little game. See, Dragon Ball Fighters is coming out, and that's shaping up to be a nice tag-based 2D fighter made by, as I've said before, the people that have made Guilty Gear, Arc System Works. So it's going to be like a solid game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are fighting games. XCOM 2 is getting an update out. Like if you like strategy type games or strategy-esque, it's turn-based, tactical, military setting, futuristic. But like I said, it's getting an update coming soon. Actually, it's getting an update so large that early in its development, the team actually considered making it a sequel, but they decided not to because it's working on a lot of the story from XCOM 2, so it's just a really big DLC. I'd say that's about it for now. Like I said, XCOM 2 is a great game to play. It's fun if you like strategy. The fighters that are coming out are shaping up to be pretty good. Senua, like I said, that's an experience. Like that's something that hasn't quite been done before. Like such a small and compact game, but at such incredible quality. So yeah, that's the thing. That's it.
Alex, come on in, man. What do you got?
Alright, so other than Minecraft, which I suggest highly because it burns time like no tomorrow, I got a mobile game that I've been getting pretty addicted to. It's called Guns of Boom. It's a it's a first-person shooter, but with mobile, so you use 2 thumbs to do it. It's on Android and an iPhone. Got all my coworkers addicted to it. We have our own little clan and everything like that. It's huge pay-to-play, but it has, skill-based matchmaking kind of thing. So, the people that paid all the money to get all the good guns, they'll be in the higher tiers. You rarely see them. But the people that you play against are all pretty much your level. Really, really fun game. Has the little cliche, headshot kind of kill, the deep tone voice. But other than that, you have Slime Rancher. If you ever played Slime Rancher, that's a pretty fun game too. That one's got my kid addicted to watching me play. Picking those little things up, throwing them in the little farms, and then they poop out freaking money.
Slime Rancher?
Yeah, Slime Rancher. It's on Xbox. It's new.
All right.
It's free, I think.
One of the games that I was addicted to back in the PS2 days, Monster Rancher. In that series, have you played that?
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was old school.
Oh my god, it was so cool running around grabbing CDs and DVDs and putting them in and seeing what monster comes, and if it tells you like, no, you don't have a high enough level. I had a notebook full of like what monster gave you what, and then you can breed them. I was super addicted to that game, and that's what when you said Slime Rancher, I was like, oh shit, that makes sense. By the way, just to let you guys know, Ark Survival Evolved is released on the PS4 on August 29th.
Oh.
So it hasn't come out yet.
Mm-mm.
Huh.
I've been watching a lot of it on Twitch. That's why I brought it up, that it looked fun. But now I know. So, let me see which one looks... I mean, for me, I can suggest, obviously, Paladins. A buddy of mine said, yo, is Destiny worth getting? I said, just wait for Destiny 2. Like, I just, you know what I mean? Like, told him...
Yeah, legitimately, like, by now, especially by now, less than, 2 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
by now, like, investing fully in Destiny, not really worth. Like, if it was, I'd say, within 4 months, I might consider people to try Destiny to get a feel for D2, but at this point in time, I don't know how much you can get a feel for in 2 weeks before getting thrust into a different thing.
I definitely, I mean, a lot of people are down on No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is a definite fun game if you just want to be by yourself, quote unquote. I'll say that, because you're not by yourself anymore. You can still see people and talk to them and bullshit. That also has a base building mechanic, which is, it's fun building a base. You can, you can actually build freighters now, like space freighters and stuff. So it's cool. Skyrim, Fallout. You can always, those are always a good one to throw out. I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna keep saying it. If you like JRPGs, Rogue Galaxy. I will not delete that off my system. It's my favorite game. I have it on PS2. I have a PS2 just for Rogue Galaxy. But now I have it on a 4 and way better graphics. So that's the games I could suggest right now. The Telltale Borderlands game, like Des, you said, that's also good. Yeah. That's one of the ones, like, I don't feel like mashing a bunch of buttons. I just want to decide when the time comes. Don't take your hands off the controller. I learned that. Yeah, I learned that. I hit the skeg, slug.
Oh yeah.
I hit one.
Skag.
Skag. Yeah, I hit one with a car, and the guy was like, "I don't like that," and I was like, "Fuck you, dude. You're in my car. Get out of my car then." Like I said, I'm just always looking for interesting games. Download the demo, play it real quick. If I like it, if it's $15, easy $15. Just waiting to see what's going on. Waiting for D2.
Yeah.
That seems to be what everybody's doing, waiting for D2. Because you got to give... And a lot of people are like, well, you're down on Destiny. You got to realize, what game could you have dropped 3+ years to? Like, that's impressive. That's an impressive feat. And it built a community as vast and as amazing as the Destiny community is. Call of Duty doesn't have a con.
And has given more than its fair share of schmoes a voice in the podcast universe.
Yeah.
Including us.
Has
given us an audience, which is amazing.
Mm-hmm. And the friends we've made.
So yeah, that's why I say, we're not like I said, we're going to be hitting it hard when D2 comes out. But at the same time, yeah, I played Destiny from beta. I consumed the beta. I consumed vanilla. I consumed everything minus a month.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm taking these last breaths. I'm finally stepping away because Bungie has mentioned, especially early in Destiny's release, take a breather if you need to. I don't really need to, but this is my choice of time for a breather. Like, there's been a few people I've heard of for sure that like have taken months off, like just months off, and that's fine too. Take whatever break you need. And like I said, this is mine, but I will be back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not breaking any ties, burning any bridges with a fictional universe. I haven't went through and like dismantled my vault. It's still there. Crap, I still have a PDX package.
Yeah.
I've actually forgotten to keep track of that. Dang it. Oh well.
Yeah, I feel the same way. As much as I say, I'll be playing other games, I'll probably be deep into Destiny 2 for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Every once in a while, jump back and forth, fight something else, play, just No Man, play some Paladins. But I'm definitely going to be...
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be smashing Destiny 2. Let's just be honest. So.
Oh, for sure.
And it's one of those. It's an amazing experience, and I'm looking forward to that feeling again, like oh shit feeling.
Yeah.
Because I can play Destiny right now, and there's nothing that makes me go shit. You know what I'm saying? When we were playing the beta and we did the strike, I was like, no. That I don't say that in Destiny. I don't get overwhelmed. When at the very bottom you're like, you better jump, bust your jump, and I'm jumping around, and we blow the guy's head off, and he starts charging. He lets the thralls. I can't remember what they're called right now.
Fanatics.
Fanatics, yeah. The fanatics start coming out the water. You're like, dude, look at that. And I'm looking at the water, and I'm like, wow, that's awesome, because you see their heads come up, and then they're just running at you. That's a great visual,
Yeah.
So, I'm looking forward to it. I'm ready. I got to go finish my pre-order. Things happen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But
houses happen. Jeez.
Yeah. I mean, still haven't named it yet. Right now we're calling it The Office, but it's not going to be called The Office. I'll call it The Office to her, but in here, I think I'm going to call it the RNG Cave. Like the Bat Cave, but RNG. 3 letters. Makes sense. But, building stuff. I'm going to start hanging stuff. Still going through a lot of shit, which you don't realize, like I said earlier, how many boxes of stuff you have. Just boxes of junk. I'm like, do we need this? Can we throw it away? Another thing, I had to buy a fucking trash can. Not like inside trash can, like the outside, the big one.
Yeah.
I was like, I was looking outside, and we have, behind my house, we don't have curbside. We have an alley behind our house that the truck just goes down, grabs it, puts it on. And I'm sitting here looking like, we don't have a fucking trash can. I gotta go buy a trash can. And I went, obviously, where do you go when you need to get something quick? You go to Walmart. And I went to Walmart, and I went to the home and garden section, which makes sense where you put where trash cans would be for outside, the home and garden, right? So I'm like, hey, I walked around looking. I'm like, where the fuck is the trash cans? So I asked the worker, I'm like, hey, man, where's the trash cans? And they're like, little ones or big ones? I'm like, I'm in the home and garden section. I would assume you thought big one. I was like, no, the big one's for outside, like, for trash pickup. And he was like, this isn't my department, so hold on a second. And he goes to ask somebody else, and the person's like, they're not here, dude. I'm like, what do you mean they're not here? And he's like, oh, they're down another aisle. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I go it's in the hardware section, which it makes sense too. It's not like it's in fucking where toilet paper is. It makes sense. It's hardware. Okay.
It's not next to the fishing rods.
Yeah, it's not in sporting goods. Would wonder what sport you're talking about. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm looking around, and there's the old school metal ones, and I'm like, oh man, I could just get a metal one. That'd be dope. And they're really little. And then there's like a super huge one, that roll with the flap. And I'm like, I'm not gonna spend $30 on a trash can. And I decided just a normal, I think, 42-gallon one. I grabbed it, and then I had to get some food. So a trash can in a cart takes up the entire cart.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just putting stuff in the trash can, right? And I have the lid, but it's not covering the trash can. It's in the little slot. So, I go, and I'm walking up, and the lady's like, is there anything in the trash can? I'm like, oh, yeah. And I just start pulling stuff out. And she starts laughing. I'm like, what's up? And she's like, you wouldn't imagine how many people just fill around the cart, the cart around the trash can, as opposed to using it. I'm like, no, I'm going to put the bags in this and carry it.
Exactly.
Because I'm in the thinking when it comes to unloading cars with groceries. If it's more than one trip, I failed. I will load my arms. I'll put a bag in my mouth. I'll figure out a way to make a satchel.
Yeah.
That's just how I am. There's sometimes like, now thank God I don't have 14 steps. I only have 3 to get into my house.
Yeah.
But I'd be going up the steps, and Jess will hear me go, like, because you got 2 gallons of milk, juice and stuff. Those things start like cutting into your body. I'm like, I'm gonna bleed, and I don't care.
Yep.
And the only time more than two trips is acceptable is if you have cases of like water or big bundles. You can't carry all them up, but I'll try.
Oh yeah.
So that was one of the interesting things. And then I bought a desk that's way too short. Thanks.
Wah, wah.
Yeah. Way to go, Buster. Way to go. So, one of the interesting things, my week has been pretty interesting. But I was looking forward to talking to you and everybody else. One of the highlights of my week, getting up on Saturdays going, oh shit, it's podcast day. Let's go.
Yeah.
So, anything else you want to bring up before we end this one? Des?
Yeah. I think we could bring up a thing.
We got time.
Yeah. I mean, certainly. We can bring up a thing. How do I put this? Because I totally don't have words prepared. Which might have been smart, but I don't always think that far ahead. Leave me alone.
It wouldn't be on. Get off my lawn. Get off my lawn.
Exactly.
Which I can say now.
You have a lawn.
I have a lawn.
Which you don't need to be on. But, yeah, I don't know. As Alex has kindly put, we have kind of, quote-unquote, abandoned our fair, beloved destiny. As some might think, which, legitimately, I can see where that's coming from. But, in the process, there has been something that might compete with that time. I know, at least for me, because I've gotten kind of balls deep, which I'm not afraid to say that, because but yeah, and that's the thing, we've said before, especially in recent, that RNG is a show that we make of it. We started as a Destiny show. The Destiny stuff, as we've said, is not going to end whatsoever. We will still be, at the very minimum, hybridized. Because we will still be following Destiny news. We will still be giving you Destiny news. So long as we're invested in Destiny, you can be invested in us for Destiny. But at the same time, like I said, we've gotten a little balls deep into another little game you may have heard a couple times.
A few times.
Yeah, just a couple. I mean, little game based off of a company in Georgia known as Paladins. And basically, first and foremost, we do want your feedback. Because we might start getting like balls deep into talking about Paladins. And I'm talking like balls deep talking about Paladins. I have been bit. I might have a spreadsheet comparing DPSs. Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah. I've calculated, I went through, calculated like DPS totals and this, that, and the other. So I've definitely been bitten by a bug, and I'm following change logs. I'm following patches. I have downloaded this game on my PC and found out that it runs immaculate on my PC. So I am going in and I am, quote-unquote, destroying low ELO noobs, which, let me tell you what.
It feels good.
After playing this game on PC, I don't want to hear anybody complaining about Johnny No Thumbs on consoles. Because even Johnny No Thumbs on consoles that I've seen know at least how to move and shoot at the same time. Johnny No Thumbs on PC, they can only do one or the other. They either move or shoot at you. They can't do both.
Jimmy No Clicks.
Yeah. I've come across many of those, and I'm sitting there thinking, it's been like 15 years since I've like pointed this trackball at another person's face and clicked. And I can at least move and shoot. Like, I'm not immaculate at it, that's for sure. But I can move and shoot. So yes, which means I've actually experienced changes that haven't hit console yet, which is fun. I have downloaded the public test server. So when that goes live again, like whenever they start trying to balance out another patch, I'm going to jump in on that, and I'm going to see what the changes feel like. The only bad thing is, like, because it is from PS4 to PC, my Founders Pack doesn't transfer over. So I'm stuck on the free champions, plus now the rotation champions, which Paladins actually has rotation now. You still get the free 8 characters that came with it before, but now they have an extra 3 champions that you can choose that are on that will rotate weekly. So you can experience more people. Mm-hmm. Or weekly, or probably not weekly. It's probably like from update to update, but either way. It will rotate at some point in time. I don't know exactly when. But, yeah, so talks like that might happen. I would like for you to know, but at the same time, we're kind of going to, I'm going to kind of use this time to gauge it, because I think a good format, like, this is just me speaking out loud now, but I think a good format might be like at the end of the show. That way our Destiny faithfuls can have like a nice time, like kind of like now, and have a nice time to where, hey, we're going to be talking Paladins, so if you don't want to hear about Paladins, go ahead and tune out if you really want to. But yeah, so Buster, OB57, what do you know about it?
I know Strix is coming.
Yeah, Strix. Oh my god.
I know my favorite champion is changing.
Oh, Ruckus, yeah.
I know Ruckus is changing. I know what else? There's a few things. I listen. I don't know if you knew this or not, but I'm really into Paladins. I don't know if you realize you gave me that virus, but I'm definitely into Paladins. Okay, like deep into it. I watched them talk about it. I know it's called Birds of Prey. Like that's their code name for it. Because Strix is called Ghost Feather, which, by the way, one of the dopest nicknames ever.
All right.
I know they're making a few changes to I know the patch changes. I know they're adding a Nara skin, the mastery skin, which she is slowly starting to become my favorite champion. Just as a little add-on to what Des, you were saying, that by going deep, we're talking like Destiny Massive Breakdowns level deep, like Crucible Radio level deep into Paladins, like focusing on one champion, talking about that one champion, strategies, all that. Just
so you know, like just the general public and you, I've recently started competitive play in Paladins. I have reached Platinum. I am deep.
And just so you know, I didn't know that I could play competitive until this morning. Because I forgot that rank 2.0 came out and that it changed. Instead of being 12 champions at 4 level, it was just own 12 champions and be level 15. I'm way above account level 15, and I have way more than 12 champions because I bought the Founders Pack.
Yeah. Now, and like I said, we're talking like deep. We're talking like, patch note, like go through deep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like talking about Strix, which, if you're not into it and you're still listening this far, and you have listened before, Victor is a gateway character. He is your assault rifle guy. He sprints. He has a grenade. He has a machine. He has an assault rifle. Like that's your shooter gateway. Strix is your sniper gateway.
Yep.
This guy is like Call of Duty sniper, like straight out. He has a sniper rifle. He can switch to this awesome dude. His sidearm does so much damage, man.
I saw the legendary card that if you hit a shot with your sniper, it does like 50% extra damage. I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, even without that, man, it is like ridiculously. He's actually got like a lot of people hating on him right now just because of how much damage he can do, which is actually hilarious because his base damage is like 13,000. which that can take down most front lines in like 4 shots.
1,300.
Yeah, oh, I'm sorry, 1,300.
It's the same damage as Kinessa fully charged.
A little less. I mean, a little more.
Is it?
She does. Oh crap! I have this information.
I don't play Kinessa, so I just know, the 1 or 2 times I played her, that's what her full charge headshot is.
Kinessa. Okay, there you are. Her normal.
You have a spreadsheet, don't you?
I told you, I have a spreadsheet. Okay, headshot is 1,800.
Okay.
Which his headshot is actually 1,900.
Okay. Yeah.
So I mean, he's just barely ahead of Kinessa in damage. But then again, Kinessa has a legendary card that can give her 50% extra damage on a headshot.
Yeah.
So we're talking like 2,300. So I mean, she can like utterly annihilate Sky, and like any 2K or almost a 2,400. I mean, people like freaking Victor. I mean, he can wreck so much, and the fact that he has a stealth that works not on a cooldown timer, but it's a meter.
Yeah.
So it's a resource management. But he can have so much like stealth time. It's a little ridiculous. So when he comes out on console, he's going to be like a mad grab. I can't play him on PC because, like I said, I don't have the Founders Pack on PC. Mm-hmm. But good God, if I did, I'd be playing the balls out of him because he does look pretty fun. I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, he's a sniper that can stealth? That's like OP. Have you not heard of a ghillie suit, dummy?
That's exactly what a ghillie suit does in real life.
I mean, sure, you can't move around, like, you're not supposed to move around in a ghillie suit, or at least, very slowly to maintain cover. But still, I mean, that's like the principle. It's like snipers are stealthy, like ghillie suits and crap, and maintaining position and crap like that. He's the mentality. But at the same time, he functions a lot like a sniper because because he's the first person in Paladins to actually have 2 different weapons to switch between. And that's one of his abilities, is switching between his sniper rifle and his pistol, which both do amazing damage. But at the same time, he's not the best, damage-wise, at least. And like I said, freaking Ruckus is getting in chain. Let me tell you, dude. It's painful to go up against a Ruckus in 57, man.
Blasting missiles as he shoots.
Oh my
dude.
And that's because it's kind of a hefty cooldown timer now. It's kind of hefty. It's because it's 12 seconds or 15.
Yeah, but the cards that worked with emitter now work with that.
Yeah.
So I can shorten that down.
He can drop it like by 2 seconds at default. So it's like a 10-ish second timer. But even then, it's like it's so funny because I mean I've just been cleaned up so much by those missiles, like going up. Because I mean, with the way I play Victor, I play with the 30% extra damage to hip firing, which means I can usually 1v1 Ruckus sometimes. But yeah, with his card, his legendary that like gives him damage bonus, like the more health he has missing, plus those missiles. Dude, it's rough. It's rough.
Yeah,
it is legitimately just. Oh. Actually, I haven't even played against a Strix. It's really because every game I've played on PC, the Strix has been on my team. And my God, that sniper rifle is loud. Like you hear it across map, like because it's bolt action. So think No Land Beyond. So every time he's taking a shot, you hear the click click.
Mm-hmm.
You hear that across the freaking map. Blah click click, blah click click. It's like Jesus, you sound like right next to me.
Yeah, you turn around like. My right now, Alex is probably downloading Paladins on Xbox. Like, they got me a hook too. What the fuck? So,
yeah, you guys caught me.
Got him. I called it.
I said you guys got me. The second he said there's someone that's primarily focused on sniping, I'm like, that'll help me too.
Yeah,
definitely.
And that's
me too.
Yeah, and that's the thing because Strix is a classic sniper.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I say, he's NLB bolt action. They do have another sniper, Kinessa. But if you've played Overwatch, she works like Widowmaker, so you got to really pace your shots. This dude, and there's actually a glitch for Strix, right? Because, all right, Strix hasn't hit console yet. If not this Tuesday, it's probably going to be like within the next Tuesday or 2. So, because console is normally like a week and a half-ish behind.
I'm about to say, yeah, we're 2 weeks behind.
Yeah.
Because we just got 56.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's not going to be out just yet, but like I said, the fact that he basically has an NLB cancel, you can kind of save time between his shots by switching to your sidearm and then switching back to your sniper rifle. And then you can take another shot immediately, like as soon as you scope in. And he is literally Destiny sniper mechanic because his sniper rifle has like 0 accuracy while hip fired and no reticule like while at stance. You have to scope in to get sniper accuracy. So yeah, like a lot of people that are Destiny snipers can get behind this dude because he is basically NLB built. He is NLB sidearm, basically.
Alex, what class do you play in Destiny?
Titan. All day.
Okay, yeah. So you'll.
I mean, I have one of each, but Titan's definitely the main.
What's up?
Striker. Shoulder charging everybody.
Okay. I'm just trying to think of who he would.
See, that's the thing. I play Striker Titan, but I'm learning to snipe. Like I'm learning to stay back, face my shots more. I'm trying to get into a more competitive team right now in Destiny. Just for the fun of it, just so that way when I go into D2, I have those competitive people already with me.
Yeah.
But if I pick up Paladins, I'm picking it up on PC. I need to learn to use mouse and keyboard,
Oh yeah, that's definitely
I bought this computer for, playing Destiny Online, and I'm already scared of playing Destiny Online. So if I could jump into Paladins and you guys tell me that it's a really low threshold just to get started there, then I feel like that probably is going to be the best way to go.
Yeah, like I told Buster, it is very system. All right, this computer or this laptop I used like to stream and crap, it has a pretty good processor. It has pretty good memory because it has like an i7 processor and it has 8 gigabytes, I think, of RAM. But it has like stock standard graphics. It has nothing special like at all in terms of graphics cards. But this thing, I set like world detail. I set like shader. A bunch of other crap, except for like texture detail, which is like the champions and how they look. I actually have that set on high, but everything else is set on low, and Paladins runs like a dream on a laptop that has no graphics card. I mean, I was amazed, like whenever it booted up and I was playing through the tutorial with no skips, and I'm playing online. It's like I said, I'm not great at mouse and keyboard anymore, but it's just amazing that like it's something I can do still to a degree anyway. But yeah, I'll definitely be like using it. All right, so I don't have 20 more bucks to spend into Paladins. So like PC, let me tell you, there's a lot more matches on PC too.
Oh, sure.
Like, it is way faster to get queued up into a match, like on PC. But yeah, that's going to be like, that's probably going to be like my my quick play, and because I've just kind of fallen in love with Paladin's comp because people actually just 9 times out of 10 know what the crap they're doing, unlike the quick play.
Oh my
crowd.
god!
So
you heard me this morning losing my mind.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and ever since, like I said, this past week I've played like nothing but Paladin's comp. I mean, nothing but, and I love it. It's my go-to mode. Like, if you're gonna group with me, get ready to queue and comp because, or if you can't, sorry, but I might play quick with people, but my preferred right now is comp. Like that, just playing it for fun, basically, which kind of seems like an oxymoron, but. My God, this is just a better experience for me, at least.
You mean people play the role? That people play tanks and actually take the capture point? Or people play support and actually heal? Is that what you're telling me? Because, I mean, I had a game today that was just, you heard me rage about it. I had more point time than the entire rest of the party, both teams combined.
Yeah.
And we still lost because my team just didn't know how to, my support guy, I don't know why you're playing fucking Saris and playing as a fucking flank, or why fucking Eevee is next to me on the point. You take 2 shots and you're dead. No, I have no idea why you would do such a thing. and then send me a message saying good job capturing the point. I wanted. Oh, if I could teabag in that game, I would. Oh, I was so mad. I was so mad. I was like, really? I had the most damage, and the most shielding, and the most capture time, because you guys didn't know how to support. Why was there a Victor in the back of the map, shooting down the line? Victor, you need to get up close, brother. You need to be next to me. I can shield us. We're good.
That is actually like a match I had in comp. Like you're still gonna like run into people that steamroll you, like on the other side. But yeah, that's gonna be like skill gap grab. But I actually got a message from someone. Like I was playing Victor. No, I was playing Tyra because Victor was actually taken on the other side. Which that's the thing about Paladin's comp is there's no like if you've heard of Overwatch comp, there's no hero stacking. Like two people on the same team can't be the same hero. But in Paladin's comp, like, if someone else on the other team picks a hero, you can't pick that hero. Which is why you actually need 12 characters owned to play comp.
There's also a ban system, correct?
Yeah, and that's why it's 12, because it's 5v5, and then 2 more for the bans, which the first pick, which, as far as I know, like, the first pick goes to the highest yellow, and then that's when you choose your ban. The other team, quote-unquote, captain, chooses their ban. And then the first pick goes to whoever made first ban. Then it goes to the top 2 on the other team, and then the next 2 on the other team, then the next 2 on the other team to the last guy. So it's a pick and turn system. So the goal is to try and capture like the hero you're best at. Like, dude, there's an entire meta like within drafting in Paladins. It's hilarious. Because whenever I've queued up with Converse, he's like, pick Genos for me, and we'll trade. Because you can actually trade with people on your team. Like, there's actually a specific time that you can propose to swap heroes with another person on your team. So there's, like I said, there's an entire like meta system to it that, like, if you're grouped with someone, grab the hero that's the most valuable, grab it, and then trade, like, with whoever you want to play or whatever. So it's very interesting, like, that entire composure. But I went through this one match where our team was just kind of struggling and just happened. But I ended up getting a message. It's like, dude! I'm like, what? He's like, why didn't you kill them? Like, okay, we lost pretty bad. The entire team had, like, the MVP, like, the best flank, the best support, the best front line. One thing they didn't have?
Best damage.
Best damage. That went to me, on Tyra, a hero I have very little experience with. Or, not little, but I definitely don't know her as much. I learned in that match that Tyra has a 15% damage boost that I didn't know about before. Oops.
Hunter Mark?
Yeah, Hunter's Mark. I didn't realize that actually gave a damage boost. I've rarely ever used that ability, and then it was in that match. It's like, oh, and I had best damage. And then the dude's like, why couldn't I kill him? And it's like, dude, I have more damage than anyone else in this game. It's not my fault. Like, the team would collapse on everyone else. But he did go positive as Nikola, so I mean, he has my respect for that, but he's still a douchebag, buddy.
Yeah, it's still pretty fucked up.
But, and then Buster was able to listen into my monster of a game that I did not expect at all. It just happened. I had picked Victor, and I just started going to town on everyone. I ended up going like 23-2, and I'm just sitting there going, what?
Well, a couple times you said got him. Which,
oh, yeah, I was like, oh, gotcha.
Got him. Which is what we do, because I don't know who started it. It was either you started or I started it, and then we pretty much picked it off. We picked it up off of each other or whoever. Yeah. But it's just, it's one of those things, man. And then I was like, who you playing as? And you were like, Victor. I was like, makes sense. Yeah,
I mean, it's just very rare that I popped off like that, but good God, I popped off. And, yeah. I mean, it's actually reminded me of some, like I said, just everyone. For those that want to give it a try, definitely, because your first few matches in Paladins, like the yellow, like low yellow on PC, I feel bad for repeatedly murdering some of them. Because like I said, you see them, like you get your first few wins, and then you see them like, some of them just sit there and look at you as you're shooting them, and you're like, are you sure you know how to operate this?
Yeah. Did you
sneeze? Went through the tutorial. It's like, you went through the tutorial. I know you know how to shoot. But, and then you go through people that walk up slowly, stop, start turning their character, and then start shooting at you. It's like, did somebody let their 5-year-old pick up the game? No doubt there's probably definitely a 5-year-old that can probably murk me, like, entirely. But, oh my God, it's like I said, I'm just glad I've never met these people on console, because I've complained about, Potato Thumbs and Johnny No Thumbs before, and then I saw this, and it's like, oh, not only is the PC quote-unquote better, but it's also drastically worse.
And if you stuck through this little Paladins part without playing Paladins, you're the MVP of this show.
Oh. I'm still here.
Alex, you're kind of like the unnamed third person of the podcast now. You're the director of photography. You have to be here. By the way, Alex, I just want to give you a thank you for volunteering to stream this again, since Biz has stepped down to go to school, I guess, again, or real life stuff. So you get the true MVP, and
yes,
welcome to the show, director of photography.
Thank you.
So
I just want to help you guys out. Just want to keep this thing going. I mean, you guys started this. I'm just here to support.
You're the Night Stalker of the group. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Well, since you're on, we might as well.
Bubble Titan is the bigger support.
Hey man, you're right. Since you're on, we might as well just bring the show to a close. Alex, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you on the Twitter, on on the Xbox, whatever your gamer tag, is that what they call it on Xbox? Gamer tag? Your Twitch and all that.
Yeah, you can find me everywhere pretty much. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Tinder too. Every once in a while I'll post up on there. But yeah, known as Alex everywhere. Even on Tinder. can't put the real name on there. Wife will get mad.
He's gonna fit in so well.
I'm tempted to actually download Tinder and look for you, just to see.
I stream pretty much every day, Monday through Friday, 8 p.m., which is Arizona time. I don't know how it is everywhere else, but Arizona time is where I'm at. 8 to midnight, and on the weekends it's pretty much whenever live/wife lets me. So,
yeah.
But you'll find me here now every Saturday, as long as Buster will have me, as long as Des will have me. I'll be here on Saturdays.
Oh, dude, you're stuck with us now.
Yeah.
We're like Olive Garden. Once you're in, you're family. So, Des, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you?
This has been your boy Raven. You can find me on Twitter at DES_Raven. And you can search me on YouTube, Death Switch Raven.
And you can find me, Buster Knuckle, on Twitter at BusterKnuckle13. That's BusterKnuckle13. On Twitch, twitch.tv/Buster_Knuckle. And just search Buster Knuckle on YouTube. I'm not on Tinder or any other dating app. I will repeat that again. I am not on any dating app. So if you see a Buster Knuckle on a dating app, it's not me. It's not me. You can find this podcast, the RngCast, on Twitter at the RngCast. You can email us, therngcast@gmail.com. We have a Discord. The Discord link is, I hope, still good. It's attached to the top in our bio of our Twitter at the RngCast. If you choose to support us, actually, Alex is a supporter of the RngCast. He's one of our patrons. You can go to patreon.com/the RngCast, get the show early, get the exclusive show once Raven and I figure out what we're going to talk about on that. And that being said, this is the RngCast. Alex, you got to think of something real quick to say as we sign off. We're out.
Later, man.
Peace.
See you all next week. And this time, I changed the settings so that when I...